The Denver Nuggets are going to make me mad because this is a team that has so much talent that it feels like the amount of talent that they have has been a detriment to some of the players on their roster. And I'm not necessarily using detriment as in it's ruining their careers, but I don't think it's a shock that we've seen former Nuggets players go on to play on different teams and get larger roles and look good in those larger roles. I like a lot of players on this Nuggets team, but sometimes I wonder how good would these guys be on another one. That was probably like the meanest way that I could possibly say the Nuggets are stacked. But look at their roster. They have a ton of talent. I still think to this day this team is stacked. And I also still think to this day that this team misses Jeremy Grant. And I think that's why they felt the need to go out and get Aaron Gordon. Now, the Nuggets are a team that could have been content running it back without some of their players from last season, and they would have been fine. The Nuggets started this season slow, but they picked things up and they picked them up in a hurry. This is a team that's looking to contend and looking to shock some people when it comes playoff time. And with the way Jokic has been playing, I think that they just might. Now, guys, I'm going to be giving away a PS5 to a lucky member of my notification gang. All you have to do to enter yourself into the giveaway is subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, if you want to enter into another PS5 giveaway, subscribe to my podcast YouTube channel. It's going to be amazing. I'm starting a podcast with Mike Korzimba and the Flight Mike. The name is Laced Up. The link to the podcast will be in the description below. I think that you guys will ultimately enjoy the podcast. So let's kick things off by discussing Aaron Gordon going to the Denver Nuggets. Now, this Aaron Gordon trade is no shock. There were some reports that Aaron Gordon may want to stay in Orlando long term, but I saw enough to where I was like, yeah, this guy is definitely getting traded. And it makes sense for the Orlando Magic. I discussed this a bit in my last video. The Orlando Magic are a team that's looking to rebuild. And some people within the Magic organization thinks that rebuild could happen pretty fast because the Magic are going to probably have a top 6 pick this season. So if the Magic pick top 6 and what is an amazing draft, you have to like their prospects of potentially selecting a star player. Now, outside of these guys that they have traded, their roster still has a ton of talent. There's just some devastating injuries that have occurred. It truly feels like the Magic have been one of the more unlucky teams in the NBA when it comes to injury luck. To be more blunt, I like the Magic going forward, and I love their decision to sell off some players that may not fit the timeline of their rebuild. So right now the Magic are acquiring Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, and a first-round pick. Talk about getting talent back. Regardless of how you feel about RJ Hampton, he's a player with upside. He was another one of those guys in Denver that could have used more opportunity. At one point, Hampton was projected to go in the lottery last season. That's how much talent this guy has. Now, if he reaches his potential, that's an entirely different story. But if you're the Orlando Magic, why not take a swing and see what Hampton has to offer? Even if his ceiling ends up being a solid role player, it's still a good get. Now, with the Nuggets acquiring Aaron Gordon, you have to assume they miss Jeremy Grant, maybe just a little bit. I love Aaron Gordon, and I like his fit with the Denver Nuggets. I love the Nuggets' versatility. I think that's the future. I think acquiring as many wings as, look, I might get hate for this, but I think acquiring as many 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 6'6" guys around that size that can do multiple things is the future of basketball. Aaron Gordon can shoot. He can defend at a high level, be it in spurts. Sometimes he's going to be elite, sometimes he's going to be okay. He's capable of being a good defender. He's capable of getting the ball and getting a basket on his own. Aaron Gordon is one of those guys that right now feels like a master of none, but in today's NBA, that can be a commodity. I like Aaron Gordon a lot. There's still a lot of untapped potential there. I'm just hoping he does not interfere with the development of Michael Porter Jr. because MPJ has all NBA potential. I like the Nuggets going out and making a move. If you missed my last trade video, be sure to watch it. In that video, I said I'll never be mad at a team for trying to get better. That's what the Nuggets are trying to do. Salute to the Denver Nuggets. Another team that is trying to get better is the Portland Trailblazers. Now, this is a very interesting trade. Now, before I name this trade, just keep in mind with these trades, there may be more details that come out, and if more details come out, I'll update the details in the pinned comments below. Now, the Blazers acquired Norman Powell. The Raptors, as of this moment, receive Gary Trent and Rodney Hood. Gary Trent is only 22 years old. This guy is a stone cold shooter, and he has a game that has a lot of room to grow. Gary Trent strikes me as somebody that's an incredibly hard worker. I like the upside there, but I love the upside of Norman Powell going to a team that is also looking to improve. The Blazers have been making some moves as of late, trying to cash in on the prime of Damian Lillard, one of the greatest point guards of our generation. I've wanted Damian Lillard to get more help for the longest of times. Norman Powell's averaging almost 20 points per game this season. He's shooting 50% from the field and 44% from the three-point line. He's been helping keep a Raptors team, I don't want to say afloat, but man, he's been helping this team in a major way. This guy, when I say going off, that doesn't tell the full story. He's averaging 26 points in the month of March. He had a 43-point game where he shot 14 of 18 from the field and 8 of 12 from the three-point line. Norman Powell has been a flat-out beast, somebody that looks to be a plus defender when locked in, and somebody that likes to slash, can shoot the lights out of the basketball, and can create their own shot. Now, at only 6'3", his fit's going to be interesting. I know Powell is used to playing the forward position, but that Blazers team, that Blazers lineup of CJ, Dame, and Powell, that's not a lot of size. But I'm not really worried about the size because, again, I know Powell can play bigger than what he is, and the Blazers acquired some versatile pieces this offseason. They've got a lot of wild cards that can change the game. Derrick Jones Jr., Robert Covington. You have to assume there's more to this trade. If there is, I'll update it down in the comments below. Things stay the way that they are right now, then the Blazers definitely got themselves a very, very good player. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support this channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.